Hello everyone, welcome to the last coffee break of this year. Quite challenging year, we have to say, here for all of us in Trinity and also for another projects and initiative. But even though we handled this situation very well, so thank you very much for joining us during this coffee break. Today, we will address and highlight the main progresses and outcomes reached on the Trinity project.
In professional terms, we have reached the objectives for this year, and all the milestones are being achieved. So at least from that part, it seems okay.
At first, maybe we didn't expect for it to be on time because of these new circumstances. We couldn't have these physical meetings and talk to each other personally. But I must say that for me, it is a really, really good development so far, because so far we're on schedule in everything that we started working on. All the tasks and let's say that were planned to be done this year have all been on schedule. So I think my colleagues can say also pretty much the same thing. So
in some manner, the work remains as a constant, and we had our schedules and our tasks, and we learn how to adapt. And based on this, working on the stuff that we started pre this COVID crisis, we have a sense of normality, continuing this research activity, continuing work. And after some small adaptation, I would agree with the colleagues that now everything functions as normal, and that our work and progress on developing these new solutions and products that will benefit the integration of the market in our region is progressing quite well. So.
Could you please try to highlight the main developments, outcomes that you have reached during this year?
Well, we are now focused on the development of the 4 Trinity tools. We have the tourist control center for increasing the share of renewables in the region. We are on track. We are now defining the specifications of the economic renewables planning and starting the basis for the warranties of origin issuing module, and also the T coordination platform is progressing very well. In fact, yesterday we have a plenary meeting of that work package, and all the different functionalities to give to the TSOs and to the regional security centers are being complied. If you want more information about them, we have the first 2 coffee breaks about those 2 tools. And now we have here maybe the main experts of the T-Sentinel tools and the T-Market Camping framework. And I think that you can say all the whatever information about it.
Yeah, also in terms of T-Sentinel tool, it is envisaged as tool that will enhance and better the regional security cooperation in Southeast Europe. So we are developing several modules, and currently we are mainly engaged on this remedial action optimization. We are completing software design, and also we are working on this redispatching cost sharing function, for which we already developed some modules and plan to present it on the first meeting with our project officer that is planned for this spring. So I think that progress is being very well, and we also support other partners such as SEEPEX in their task of market tools, but Aleksandar will say more about it.
Okay, thank you, Dusan. Well, when it comes to T-Market platform that SEEPEX is developing with some other companies like EKC, HUPX, and some other colleagues, Institute Mikhailo Pupin, so far we have done a great job, at least that's my opinion. So we started working on several different modules. One of the modules that we're currently working on most intensive, let's say, is with EKC and Institute Mikhailo Pupin, that is capacity module. And also with HUPX, we are working on intraday auction modules. So both of these, let's say, products are on schedule, on time, and so far everything is going great. If I can say what's the thing that, let's say, is maybe we would like to have some physical meetings, which is not possible at the moment, but we hope that this crisis will, let's say, if not end during, let's say, first quarter or first half of next year, at least that we will have possibility to meet with our colleagues and to share our, let's say, experiences in this regard.
Yeah, and I don't know, György, if you have you want to increase the information about the intraday coupling that you and SEEPEX are coordinating right now. I think that this is one of the most important outcomes for you in the project.
Yes, basically right now we are putting together market study about how the electricity markets in the affected areas are working. And well, this is a quite sophisticated study that we are putting together, and we are trying to understand how we can fit in with the intraday market coupling to this whole system. And based on this, we are also creating, let's say, high-level market design. You know, what we are putting in as HUPX into this whole structure is some kind of an experience that we already have with regards to market coupling of the European internal energy markets. You know, we are basically this intraday market coupling is standing somewhere in between the day-ahead coupling and the let's say usual continuous trading based intraday coupling of the EU, because this is something that is based on auctions similar to how the day-ahead markets are working. So this is, let's say, a mixture of the two markets. So this is actually something not that usual. So we have to create something new, a new design of how we can work together with the different elements of the whole market. So this is what we are working on right now.
Great. And also I think one of the points in which on this the renewables in TRINITY and the market can match are the topic about the guarantees of origin and the new market mechanisms that we are establishing in TRINITY, both sides, in the T-Risk Control Center and in the T-Market Coupling Framework. In fact, when I talk with the development team of ETRA about this, this is the functionalities that they are more willing to implement in the project. They are willing to start working on this, but we have another timing. So probably in 2021, sorry, we can disseminate a lot about this, because I think at least for our development team is interesting, and I think for everyone else will also be.
Okay, and if you could just sum up the benefits of all these tools that you are developing right now in a sentence, how will be the sentence?
Basically, if we are talking about the intraday market coupling, actually, well, it will be a long sentence. Sorry for that, but
very,
you know, these days everyone is talking about renewables. Renewables are getting more and more interest from development side. So in the generation mix, it's getting a larger and larger piece. And for them, for these intermittent generation capacities, it is very important to have close to the delivery trading opportunities. And if we are looking at the map, well, basically these countries that we are talking about, these are small countries that cannot actually alone create a liquidity that would support the tradability of this generated electricity. And this is what we're trying to achieve here, is to couple those markets with a liquid a solution that can achieve liquidity that would support support these renewables to enter the market and sell their generations.
Yeah, well, at least for the Terrorist Control Center, we are giving more power and more influence to the different renewable managers and to different renewable operators.
Yes, when it comes to the other products, I will add to this that György said. So intraday auctions are very, let's say, important step towards this, let's say, implementing this coupling on whole levels. So besides day ahead and besides continuous trade, we also will have this one more option that will be auction trading in regards to intraday. And the two other products that I will also mention are the capacity module that will deal with the auction of capacities, also work on harmonizing these, like György said, small countries on Western Balkans, EU, both EU and the non-EU. And also one other module that we will be start delivering after these capacity auctions is guarantees of origin. And like Álvaro said, it's a very important step because right now there are not many platforms that deal with this kind of trading, and we are closely looking to cooperating with all the partners in introducing these renewables and guarantees of origin. So I think it will be very, very beneficial to all of us. So it's more than one sentence, but you get the point.
Yes.
I will try to be brief. In one sentence, we are developing several tools, but the main aim is to enhance from national made decision in transmission, operation planning, capacity calculation to enhance it to regional structures, which will enable then better coordination and better decision making for both capacity calculation and coordinated security analysis processes. All of this leads to more capacity for renewable integration and also more capacity for cross-border electricity market trading.
And also, sorry, I will talk on behalf of RTE and their tool. Hope they don't matter about this. But I think that the T coordination platform, well, the regional security coordinators need to provide different kind of services to its TSOs, and the T coordination platform is providing functionalities and technology to some of these key services. Apart from this technology part, Raquel, we have done a lot of work also in the dissemination and communication. And I know that you are also involved in other projects, not as interesting as Trinity, of course, but maybe you can say what have you done different in Trinity, or what main achievements have you reached?
Yeah, well, the beginning of this year has started really well, but the COVID crisis arrived, so we had to think new ideas. So we came up with the idea of these coffee breaks videos showing the audience how partners are doing at home, working from home, and how the tools are being developing, etc. And also even we address other topics like women on energy. And also I would like to know if you have found any challenge, and also what lesson have you learned during this year?
Probably this is a more general, not really Trinity specific lessons learned. What is really somehow a challenge in general is that we should somehow create limits between work and life.
From my perspective, because the colleagues are both from power exchanges and their business is more, let's say, operational, and in ETC we are consulting, researching, and so from our side of the business as a consultant, we travel a lot and we have a lot of meetings, and that changed, so it required a lot of adaptation without having a chance to meet directly with the clients and to discuss the topics. But also this provided some benefits because we learned better how to function in this environment, how to communicate and to see that many of the meetings can be performed in such manner, although previously we also did a lot of conference calls and everything. But I think that now everyone is more open and adapt and see that a lot of things can be done in more efficient manner and easy manner.
When speaking about the crisis, not just about the Trinity project, but in general, is that this whole pandemic is influencing us in the sense that we are like dehumanized, or let's say we have to learn to stay away from each other. We don't have this, let's say, normal way to speak to people. We just have to wear our masks and have to take that distance of 2 meters or so. So it can sometimes be even more challenging when it comes to psychology than the other stuff. But when it comes to the daily job, I think everything is, let's say, adapted. We adapted to this kind of work already.
This kind of projects are about also to learn and share knowledge, and it is more difficult to do this without being in the office with your colleagues and share knowledge about the projects and their own knowledge, and even avoiding the meetings with other Trinity colleagues or with other colleagues from other consortiums that can share a lot of knowledge of their fields to use. So I think that for me is one of the most relevant topics for that.
In the events side, I have to say that now everything it's online, but I have the feeling that the networking that we had right now is quite different that the networking events that we had in the presential events actually. So now people, okay, they go to their online event or the webinar or the workshop online, but at the end of the day, they don't engage as much as they used to do in presential events. It's a pity, but maybe we have to change also our minds, because now we are getting used to attend all these online events, but also maybe we have to focus on the networking side, but because for sure for us, the stakeholders and the end users are quite important for us. So yes, this is a challenge that I have found during this year.
Something that is missing or changing these days, and we need to find certain ways of maintaining the flow of information at the same level. And also, as you also mentioned that, for example, conferences. I also participated plenty of conferences in earlier times and in the pandemic times also. And in the pandemic times, what I really miss is the coffee breaks of the conferences, because that is when you can discuss, gather ideas, chit chat with the colleagues, and that is something that is actually very important. It does not sound important, but they are. Mm-hmm. So that is something that is truly missing from our lives, and very difficult to substitute with something online.
Yeah, I'm completely agree. So I would like to thank you, all of you, for participating in the last coffee break of the year. I would like to wish you happy holidays. I hope you have a good end of the year. Enjoy it with family and friends, if you can do it. And hopefully we will see you next year. And we will keep with this coffee break initiative by Trinity Project, Horizon 2020. So thank you very much, all of you, and see you next year.
Well,
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Stay safe.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Happy
Happy holidays.